This is a presentation introducing and supporting a research paper focused on the strategic bombing investigations performed at the conclusion of World War II and how those efforts could be made more relevant and effective for current and future planning. I'm Richard Cazares, currently an online PhD history student at Liberty University, Lynchburg, Virginia, with a previous career background and degrees in aerospace engineering, with mechanical and electronic design and systems control, technical and practical experience. World War II was the first time in human history that warfare included as a major element massive amounts of destructive bombing delivered by air and targeting military, industrial, and civilian infrastructure and populations, well behind enemy front lines and deep within enemy territory. World War II was not the first example of delivery of incendiary or explosive devices by air, but it was by a huge margin an application of a technology and capability that developed rapidly and matured at an almost unbelievable pace after the initial introduction of powered and controlled flight. Ordnance used by all allies in World War II in both Europe and the Pacific totaled about 3.4 million tons of explosive power, delivered by about 1.4 million sorties as individual flights of bomber aircraft. Given the relatively new and previously unexperienced use of this level of explosives over a relatively confined geographical area, the U.S. government commissioned a comprehensive report investigating the effects and impact of the strategic bombing programs, which are still in use and studied today, and is known as the Strategic Bombing Survey. This study, originally requested and authorized by President Roosevelt before he died, was carried out during 1945 through 1947 and employed well over 1,000 primary contributors from both military and industrial backgrounds, and ultimately comprised 316 individual, highly detailed reports, plus summaries and backup data detailing virtually all aspects of the bombing program, from individual raids and damage to area and region-wide collection of raids. The issue addressed by this study, however, is the nature of the report, which formed the basis for U.S. strategic bombing strategy for the future up to and including today. The problem is that the damage and results as reported cover the physical and visible damages that could be assessed through reconnaissance and other means of physical measurement, concentrating on factors such as percent of a factory building damaged, or percent of production machinery damaged, or percent of military inventory destroyed, etc. The report and other similar efforts did nothing to provide an estimate of the statistics and quantities that really mattered. In other words, did any or all of the bombing shorten the war? If so, by how much? Did the bombing reduce Allied casualties? Were the costs of the war effort reduced? Those are the issues that would be of highest value to future war planners and military analysts, but were totally absent from this reporting. Current military planners are just starting to consider these elements for a variety of military planning activities, which are now collectively known as measures of effectiveness, MOE. Those measures have to be the ones that are meaningful to have any real impact on future planning. But the issue here is that from the massive amounts of data collected and presented, we have absolutely no idea if the war was shortened, lengthened, or not affected one way or another by the strategic bombing effort. That is unfortunate. The object of this paper was to bring that important factor to the forefront of military thought and to provide a guide to rethink how to measure the results of any past or future strategic bombing effort. It should be noted that current military planning and evaluation is just starting to develop these more relevant concepts and analytical tools. I want to thank you for your interest and attention to this subject.